Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. So, staying in the whole, adult entertainment world.
You don't want to leave that, eh?
No. We can leave it, but let's just staying in that world for now. On your YouTube video, the 11 questions that you had, or 11 things you didn't know about yourself.
Yeah.
One of the things you said was that you used to be a stripper, basically.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that experience and yeah?
Yeah. When I was younger, actually a while ago, I was a stripper.
Yeah.
Wasn't for that long. It was just honestly to make some extra money. So I don't have a Cardi B story. Nah, I didn't have my ass done or my breasts or anything. I was all natural, and it was like very basic for me. So I did it for like a few months and stuff. And yeah, it kind of introduced me to like adult entertainment from that lens. But like I still already had my own like niche that I wanted to kind of hit. Yeah.
So like, how did you know like your niche that you wanted to hit? Like, how did you define that?
It makes me comfortable. I mean, like sexuality is something that's a part of all of us, whether we do it behind closed doors or in the public eye. And for me, I've always gravitated to it lyrically, writing, just even in my own personal sex life. It's just something that's always been heightened for me. So therefore, I feel like I am a hypersexual being. And how people take to me. A lot of people look at me and they just see sex. So I've been told that, so I can't like deny it, right?
Yeah. So was that like always a part of your life, even like when you were younger and growing up, or like when did that part of you like develop?
It was very young. I mean, like everybody has sexual experiences or that awakening of sexuality. So for me, I was pretty young, and I just knew that sex was something that I would really enjoy or just really be into. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so I seen like on your Insta stories, we're talking about Insta stories off camera, right? Yeah. There's a Insta story, a very interesting Insta story that I seen of you that you posted, and like you're there like singing in a car, and then like you had the I think what type of flavored condom were you had? You had a flavored
like a
condom,
banana
flavored condom. Yeah. So talk to me about those videos. Like, where do those videos live?
They live where they lie.
Yeah.
And that's on Pornhub for now.
Okay.
So as you know, like I do have a private members area where people have to pay to get access, and that's what I've created aside from my public platform, which YouTube only allows so much content. So for me as a sexpert, I create tutorial videos. I create all kinds of content. Yeah. But a lot of my content is repressed on social open platforms. So I have to create another area where my fans and people that are viewers that really love what I do can see me and get a little bit more. So for me doing a tutorial on, for instance, how to suck dick, people will like that, but then there actually might be people who want that experience or who want to see me capture that in a video. And therefore, that's why I created my members area, which is on my own website, Allizae.com. And before that, it was AllizaeRaps.com, where I have an area allocated for that kind of content where people can be intrigued and jerk off or whatever their experience is with that extra adult content there, aside from just seeing me just demonstrate what it is. Some people want to see the real, how I do what I do. So I created that space for them to know that, okay, it's real. Like, she knows what she's doing. She's not just telling us on a glass dildo or on a toy or a prop. She does it on real people. And yeah.
I have so many questions.
But there's so many people that hit me up and think that, no, like I'm very much in control of what I do. And I pick and choose who I want to fucks with. So there is no, I'm just going to get a DM and you're just going to get, I just got the role. No, I'm very particular, and I don't really like, doing stuff with people that I personally know, because it gets complicated.
Yeah.
So I'm very selective with what I do.
For sure. So how did you become like a sexpert? And then like, how did you like get the confidence to say, hey, like I'm really good at like giving head, so I'm going to start giving tutorials? Like how did that process happen? Experience,
wisdom, knowledge, time, all these things. I was always really good. Head is one of the first sexual acts I said I really started doing, and before vaginal sex. And oral sex has just been something that I feel is a very gratifying experience. It gives me control, because if I'm giving head to a guy, I have the power. I'm in control of how he responds to me, how engaged I am with the process. And it's a bit very passionate, because it's something that goes like in your mouth, you know what I mean? And it's like, I feel that I'm really good at it, not just because I have a tongue ring or anything like that, but because like I practice until I got it perfect, to the point where I know what to do, I know how to do it, and people love what I do.
Interesting.
Watching, feeling, hearing about it, it's to the point where I can give tips and tricks, and the proof is in the pudding. I have a video on worldstarhiphop.com, and it's about 3 tips on how to suck your man's dick really good. And that video has over 1 million, going on 2 million views. People love it. If you check the comments, I've opened up a lot of people's minds. I've given insight on how to deal with the penis, giving it a name, you know, how to do the strokes, corkscrew move, like different things. So I make sex fun. So that's what my tutorials provide, is looking at sexuality in a fun lens, not necessarily like textbook or like a healthcare professional telling you how to do it and calling it all the technical names. I use very realistic language when I'm talking about stuff.
Okay, that's cool. So you have a degree in culture and expression, right? And you also have a diploma in community and justice services. Why was it important for you to, like, you know, pursue post-secondary education?
I felt that I could do it, and I felt that I was curious about certain areas of life that I may not get the opportunity to just explore on a regular basis. So I went to college for community and justice services with the hopes of actually trying to be a correctional officer and trying to do like more community-oriented stuff. But I realized that living in Scarborough and living around underprivileged people, a lot of the times you're sometimes exposed to these things naturally. So I felt that it would have been a bit of an overdose for me to want to live, or to actually live in an environment where I'm around the same people that would actually be potential clients or people that I'm helping and working with. So I decided that I'm too creative and that I would have probably been bored. I was told that I was too pretty to be a correctional officer and that I'd get raped and all these things. Wow. So a lot of people deterred, you know, my skill set. And then it's like, okay, I took some time. I was working, doing some other stuff. And then I decided to go to university and do culture and expression, which is what I felt was something that would enlighten me.
Can you explain like what culture and expression is?
Oh my gosh, I had to write it down because it's very vague and it's very open-minded. And I actually have a video on my channel that I actually talk about in a kind of parody way about my diploma and degree. Yeah. So it's called, what is it called again? I have my master's degree in sex education. So instead of saying like a diploma, I call it a diploma, and I use like very fun language, kind of mocking the degrees that are supposed to be used for something else and how it actually enhances my social media presence and content that I put out, and how like I'm using my degree and diploma for these types of things that I'm doing entertainment wise. So
yeah, because it seems like a very interesting mix, right? Because like you're very intelligent, and you know I can get that from our conversation. But then also, like, you know, you're very open and you know, sexual as well, right? So is there ever like a clash between the two? Or is it just kind of like, does one help the other?
I think it helps because I think a lot of people are used to just a pretty scatterbrain. And a girl that maybe is just down to like suck dick or fuck, and she's just like, yeah, I just love it. And she just doesn't sound like she has substance, you know, and that's what I have. Yeah. I'm very educated. So for me, I think it heightens my ability to know how to behave and when and where to portray the sexuality that I want. Because I have a personal life too, you know, I have other things that I do. So being a professional is very important to me, being well-spoken, and it's good for business. And as being an entrepreneur and being, you know, self-employed and having to do things for myself, I need to be able to communicate to all levels and all bodies of people, whether they're just maybe just a regular person or somebody that I'm doing something with or somebody that's actually going to be, you know, supporting my craft. Facts. I need to be able to speak in a way where they understand. The only thing bad about how I speak is that I have to dumb it down sometimes because I'm too sometimes intellectually charged for some people. So I have to kind of like bring it down a notch and try to be as colloquial, which means as basic spoken as possible.
Yeah, no, I hear that. Okay, so let's move on to something else over here now. Let me see. Kind of lost my place here now. Okay, yeah, so, you know, we covered that you do, like, adult videos. You know, we cover your degree, but you also rap as well.
Yeah, I do.
Can you talk about that and, like, what inspired you to start rapping?
When I was younger, like, in high school, I started doing, like I said, poetry and rap at the same time. So rap was like almost the alter ego to poetry to allow me to feel free-spirited and just say words that just came off the top and be able to write them as I felt. Whereas I do the same with poetry and stuff because it's just using, you know, metaphorical language or English words. Whereas rap is kind of like you're using swear words. You're just able to say how you want to say it, and just the passion oriented with it makes me just feel like more in control of exactly how I want to articulate what I'm saying without having to filter. Instead of saying, you know, pussy, ass, dick, bitch, nigga, fuck, all that. Yeah. It's like, you know, I have to say this guy or this girl or whatever. So it's just, I'm so versatile mentally that I can do it. It's just, you know, with rap, I just love being able to express myself as is. Raw, unfiltered, and I'm a lyricist, so I'm a really strong writer. So therefore, you can hear in my lyrics and my words that it's very articulate, it's very well planned out and very well thought through. And there's always rhyme, and I try to keep that trend consistent.
Yeah, so like in your raps, you talking about like, you know, like sucking guys' dicks and all this stuff, right?
I have a track called Sucking
Guys'
Dick.
I know. I seen that. So like being a sexpert, as you call it, right? What are your favorite things to do sexually? Like we established that, you know, you love giving head and all that stuff, right? And you have tutorials, but what are some other things that you enjoy doing sexually?
It really is depending on the person. If there's passion with an individual, then the sex will definitely be more heightened and be more enthusiastic. If it is just for a Pornhub, for instance, or if it's just something where there's no love involved or no real emotion or feeling and it's just for the sake of, or it's something that's done for business, then, you know, I'll keep it to what I'm comfortable doing.
Okay.
Right? So when it comes to the real passion with me, like somebody has to be real special for me to open up literally and showcase that passion and that energy that I possess, because there's a lot there.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so you're a huge Harry Potter fan, right?
I've been from a long time ago. I mean, I love the whole world of wizardry and like just magic and all that stuff. So I felt that Harry Potter really just did it for me to make me feel like kind of connected to that kind of world and make me like just believe that, you know, thinking things, you can manifest things, and that's something that we do in real life. So
100%.
when you add a little bit of magic into it, it just makes it fun. It makes you feel like you have control.
Would you ever do like you know, like a themed video on your website, like maybe like a Harry Potter theme,
like with role play and
like cosplay and all that stuff and dressing up? And
I could definitely be a Hermione
and
dress up. But I might do like maybe a Harry Potter thing. I like the whole lightning bolt. I like the whole being, you know, the main character that's, you know, in control and that is popular and that everybody knows, household name. So I don't know what I would do. I'd have to really think it through and then create something.
I see. So you brought some props with you today, you said?
I did. Like I said, I have music. So I've done 2 mixtapes.
Nice.
And then I have unofficial music that I have out there, but that's just not formulated into a CD. So my first mixtape, which is called Fatality.
Nice. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
So it's basically fetish reality. So this was an explicit, like, overtly, like, sexual music. I mean, if you look at the titles, I Gotta Have You, Give It To Me, I Got What You Want, Suck a Nigga's Dick remix featuring a Jamaican artist called Canaro Hype. Play With My Pussy. That video actually got on Toronto Rappers. So that was
big up Toronto Rappers.
A pretty big deal for me to be on Toronto Rappers with that. Shout out Nemesis for shooting that video.
Shout out Nem.
I Got a Fat Pussy, Fuck 2 Niggas, Tongue Ring Tricks, Allizae, and Come Test Me. So those 11 tracks are on the first mixtape. It's on SoundCloud and stuff, so you guys can pre that. And most recently I have The Bad Bitch Chronicles Volume 1. It's a bit more trappy. It's a bit more, I guess, lyrically crafted in the sense where I'm talking about more things other than predominantly sex, which was what the first mixtape's focus was. So this was just reintroducing me again because I took like, you know, a little bit of time off and then I came back. And yeah, so these 2 mixtapes are here. They're online. I'm still selling The Bad Bitch Chronicles, $5. So I still have some copies left over, but like I've been working on a lot of different music, recent music, more hip hop flows, more faster flows. So I have a track called Recreated Me, and it's all about recreating my flow, recreating my lyrical content, my speed, my delivery, and all of that. So it was inspired by different things. And, you know, I'm doing different things right now in the city and different things content-wise. So everything kind of has to mesh with what I do, and I convey that in the music as well.
Dope.
Drum